The NBA season kicks into gear. A blur from end to end. The scintillating scorer Monte Ellis and the Golden State Warriors go up against the LA Lakers and their gigantic man in the middle, Andrew Bynum. Right here on 2K Sports.
And there he is, Kobe Bryant, the man at the heart of the Lakers dynasty, arriving earlier today. Welcome and trick or treat. 2K Sports presents the NBA for a happy Halloween. With Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Glad you could be with us. It's sunny Southern California. So glad you can join us here at the sold-out Staples Center. Let's take a look at the Warriors. They've come out of the gate strong and are off to a terrific start. Curry with it. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Monte and Curry in the backcourt. David Lee and Andris Bjelica up front. And Williams. Here's Curry. The three. The shot by Williams, no good. But the Warriors were just dismal on the road last season, only mustering 8 wins.
Oh! The windmill finish. He's putting on a show out there. That dunk was hardcore.
Here's Curry. He's covered by Fisher. Curry passes it to Bjelica. Got a hand on it. And the turnover by the Lakers. On defense, the Warriors. And slam down hard. Another look on the Sprite Slam Cam.
Excellent defense, and the steal earns them a quick bucket in transition.
Here's Ellis. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Clippers.
You see Ron in that Lakers uniform, and you can't help but think of that buzzer beater that Artest had against the Suns last spring.
Curry. The kick out to Williams. Shoots the three. That's good. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. So it's the Lakers now. We talk about that buzzer beater. You look at the footage, he just stormed in front of the weak side 3 line to get it.
Yeah, he sure did, and nobody put a body on him, Kevin. I mean, they were ball gawking, and he was ball pursuing and got the game winner. You know, it might be the defense's game plan to force them to shoot from outside because they really sagged off on that one.
It's blocked. And here's Los Angeles. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Not to say that it wasn't a good team performance, but when you look at the star impact they got, I mean, he makes this team better. They just play better when he's going well.
Curry kicks to Ellis. With authority.
Plays like that are what makes this league so great. He's a special player.
I don't care if you're a fan of another team. You have to admire someone, Clark, who can make those types of plays. Never misses a thing. Our Sprite Slam Cam, that is, with that last replay. Kobe, he's guarded by Ellis. Oh, and the jam by Kobe Bryant.
There's always the chance for something special to happen when he's headed to the basket.
Well, you can anticipate it, but as a defender, you can't necessarily stop it. And Doris Burke spoke with Don Nelson. Doris?
Although this is their first battle with the Lakers this season, he said one thing that hasn't changed is how complicated it is to find a way to handle both Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol simultaneously. He said they complement each other perfectly. You've got Kobe who can kill you from the perimeter and Gasol who can do it from the paint. It's a no-win situation defensively. Their championships will attest to that, guys.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Good on both. You look at Curry's splits from last year, he was putting up some scary numbers by the end of the season.
Yeah, he really got better as the season went on. Overall, the numbers can deceive you. 17 points with 6 assists and about 4.5 rebounds on the year. But his post-All-Star break numbers are the real story.
The Warriors trailing. Ellis outside. Picked up by Kobe. Ellis can't get it to go. And here's Los Angeles. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
And as you might expect, it was not a tough series to win last season, given where these teams ended up.
Mark, opposite ends of the conference here. The expectations are pretty much the same as last season.
Well, Kevin, you never know what's going to happen. You don't know where the upsets will take place, but they do occur pretty much all the time.
Lakers were a good defensive team last year. Clark holding their opponents to just 33% shooting from beyond the arc. We know the three-point shot is the great equalizer. To have that kind of three-point defense speaks volume.
It really does, and that led the league in that particular category, Kevin. Teams that rely heavily on the three ball really struggled against the Lakers, and I think part of that was the length. The Lakers able to get out and challenge that three-point line, and everybody is conscious of making that a key part of what they do defensively.
That's a good point. Lamar Odom, he's checked in for the Lakers. Blake comes in for Derek Fisher. Jarrell Wright's checked in for Golden State. Bell comes in for Monte Ellis. Wright blocked. Lakers leading by 4. Here's Odom. No good. So the Warriors take it the other way. And the Lakers defense, Clark, with their personnel, it isn't hard to see why they were so successful at that. You talked about length a little bit earlier. It's length, it's knowing the defensive rotations and filling in when you need to fill in.
Exactly. Everybody helping one another, recognizing what you're trying to do in your game plan. We're going to make it tough for other teams to beat us from the three-point line. That means everybody's got to rotate. Everybody has to challenge shot. So it's a recognition, and then it's putting forth the effort to get those hands up on three-point shooters.
Here's Kobe on the mark from 16 feet out. Kobe's got 8 points.
Boy, he's really special. The defense has to account for him at all times.
Outside Curry. Guarded by Blake. Another miss by Curry.
Normally he sinks that shot. His mid-range game is excellent. He just misfired that time.
And he makes the basket. So one free throw coming up as he'll try to make it a three-point play.
Boy, this is fun to watch. This guy is putting on a show right now. He's making it look really easy.
Some changes for the Lakers. Ratliff is checked in, and Matt Barnes is subbed in for Ron Artest. Warriors trail by 7. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Takes it up. Nails it from close range.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
Inside, Ratliff. And there's the dunk.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. They trail by 7. Here's Pargo. Rebound by Kobe. The first quarter has ended, and both teams have been lighting it up. Lakers ahead, up by 7.
And they've really played well on.
Now the second quarter about to start. Here's Fisher. 7-point differential. Golden State part of that muddled bottom of the Pacific a season ago.
Yeah, they ended 5-11 in the division, Kevin, and that was the same record as the Clippers and Kings. So all three of those teams were packed up tight at the bottom of the barrel.
So with Kobe sitting on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. Odom at the 4 and Powell at the 5. Round out there with Derek Fisher and Barnes. Here's Wright. The shot misses, and the Lakers go with it the other way. We talked about the bottom of the Pacific last season. Which of those teams do you think will have a breakout year this year?
Well, I would start probably with the Clippers simply because they get a healthy Blake Griffin back, the #1 draft choice a year ago. He can have an immediate impact on that team. So I would probably point towards the Clippers.
Let's swing it over to Doris Burke.
Kevin, last season, Don Nelson snapped the all-time record for NBA coaching wins. Don Nelson followed and said, just means I've been coaching a long time, 30-something years. Coach that many games, you're bound to win a good number of them. Of course, the struggles for the Golden State Warriors somewhat muted the applause for Don Nelson's achievement, but he said, I'm okay with that. I really think I prefer it that way. An amazing achievement, no matter how you look at it, gentlemen.
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris. And that one's good. Barnes. Warriors trail by 7. Ellis kicks to Udom. Odom grabs the board.
So far today, they're showing a little more effort and hustle. They've got a small advantage on the glass right now.
The bump in the bucket. Strong move. And the Warriors with some changes. Andres Biedrins is checked in for Wright. Bell comes in for Darrell Wright. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Reggie Williams. Good for the three-point play. You know, Clark, when you take a look at Matt Barnes, here's an energy player and never afraid to get a little physical.
That's your kind of guy, Kevin. I heard you smiling about that. You like guys that don't back down, and Matt Barnes has one speed, and it's full throttle. He doesn't back away from contact or any opponent.
And Biedrins backs in. Curry is inside. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Clippers. Ellis, that's good.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Lakers leading by 8. Bynum, the pass to Gasol. And here's Kobe, coming off a solid outing against Phoenix. Now here's Ellis. Curry kicks to you.
Boy, when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
Here's Blake. 2:27 left in the half. Bryant dishes to Gasol. Here's Bynum. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Andres Biedrins. Clark, you think back to what Bynum did in the playoffs last year, and you have to remember he was playing with a slight meniscus tear in his right knee.
And I know how painful that can be. I had one of those. I mean, it hurts with every step. But he felt like the pain was manageable.
Warriors trail by 8. One thing, Clark, you always know about coming into the Staples Center, this is always a tough venue to come into as a visitor.
Well, without question, 34 wins here for the Lakers last year, Kevin. This is always a tough building to play in because the team that is the home team here is usually pretty good. They've got one of the best players in the history of the league in Kobe Bryant.
And playing at Staples with all the high-profile stars in the stands, you've played in Los Angeles. Does it add a little pressure, you think, for visiting teams?
You know what? I don't think it adds pressure. I think it's enjoyable. When you go on the road and you're playing a team like the Lakers in their building and you see some of the kinds of folks that are coming to watch their team, the Lakers, but by virtue, they're watching you as well. So it's an opportunity to perform in front of some folks that are celebrities that enjoy basketball. So I think it's exciting. It's kind of like going to New York City. It's the same type of feeling when you're a visiting player. You know it's going to be tough. You know the odds are against you. But what better place to play than one of those places?
But for rookies, it may be a different story. Their eyes might get a little bit wide.
I think you probably are right on that one.
And he gets the bucket. Foul is called. One free throw for him.
Well, I like how he just stayed with it. Made sure he gave himself a good chance at making the bucket, too.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Lamar Odom, he's checked in for Gasol. Artest comes in for Matt Barnes. And Derek Fisher is subbed in for Steve Blake. Tipped.
The interior D was lurking on that one.
Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Kobe Bryant, 4th.
Yeah, he had a terrific year last year, consistent, and ended up being one of the best scorers in the league.
And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Goes up. Curry, good.
Kevin, this guy keeps constant pressure on the defense whenever he has the ball. He's a good decision maker. He can score.